Okay, we just did a video on how to prepare your horse for this flag, and flag is a great tool to use, and boy, it really helps the horse get prepared for a lot of stuff, and also it helps you learn to read your horse and know when he's starting to get soft and when his adrenaline's getting too high. So we're going to use the flag this time. We've got Dot prepared now, and so we're going to add a little more stimulus to her. And also with the flag, this is going to help us and Dot understand where the pressure's coming from, or what pressure to watch. Meaning that if I'm sitting on Dot, we're riding on a trail, and a loud noise comes from a tree, a branch falls, or a wind comes up and starts blowing the leaves, first thing Dot's going to do is she's going to turn and look at that, and then she's going to look at me. And if I'm nice and calm, and if I'm soft in the saddle, then that's how she's going to react. She's going to go, oh, cool, okay, everything's okay. But if she looks at where the noise is coming from, and then she feels me getting tight, and she sees that I'm overreacting or nervous, then she's going to get 10 times worse than she is now. So what this exercise is going to do, it's going to get her focused on me, and then instead of the noise and the movement of this flag. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit right out here in front of the horse with the loose rope and work my flag. And I'm not paying any attention to Dot, like it's no big deal. I'm not even looking at the flag. I'm just shaking it up and down. And then when she stands still, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pet her. I'm going to rub her with it, just like it's a massage. And right now she looks really nice and quiet. I mean, her eyes are soft, her ears are just right, and she's not nervous. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna start shaking this flag again. She backs up a little bit, that's no big deal. Don't make an issue out of these little things of backing up or raising their head. She's stopped, so I'm gonna rub her. Now if you notice, she gets about this distance from me, so that's her comfort zone. She can stand the flag going, she can stand being that close. So always make a note of things like this, so you know if you're improving. And then sometimes you don't want to get over that comfort zone, because if you do, then you're gonna push her over, and she's going to start reacting instead of thinking. Right here in this area, she's thinking about it. She's getting soft about it. But when I get over into her where she's not comfortable, then she feels like she's got to back off a little bit. Okay. Now I've seen some horses that you go over their comfort zone, and I mean they'll take off like a scolded rat, and they are freaking out and just having a really hard time with it. She's doing really good. I mean really good. So now I'm just going to step out from right here and see what happens. As you can see, my energy, she's getting no energy from my body, and that's what she's going to learn. She's going to learn that when I'm waving this flag and I'm pushing the energy into her with my body, she's to move. But I want to be able to still be moving this flag and have the energy off, and she stands still. We'll show an exercise later on doing that demonstration, doing that communication skill. Okay, she's doing great. Good girl, Dot. Good girl. Now I'm going to do it back here at her hindquarters. I'm giving her that loose rope. Remember, we want to work with the instinct, not against it. If I start pulling and yanking and doing all these things, I might bump it just to kind of slow her down. But I want to work with the instinct. If she gets scared and feels like she needs to move, then I'm going to let her move. She'll finally slow down. She'll start thinking, like right there. When she does her little running, that's an overreactive state of mind right there. And when she starts slowing down, that means she's starting to think. Okay, I'm going to drive Dot back up closer to the camera. Now if you notice, I drove her up there. I didn't pull her. Okay, I would say her adrenaline's up a little bit right now. These are things you got to watch for, take note of, so you know where your horse is at. Know what you've got to do next. You know, this is when you're watching your horse's body to see if there's any stiff spots in your horse's body, any type of lameness, soreness. So when this horse moves, that's her only way of communicating to you, to tell you, say, hey, I'm sore. I've got a sore foot. I may have a rock in my foot. I got a sore belly. I could be colicking. You know, check me out. Okay, so we were using the flag back here at the hindquarters. She leaves me. She just feels like she had to move her feet to be safe. She slowed down. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pet her right there. I mean, she's moving her feet, she's leaving, but it's not like she's just jumping out of here like a rocket, pinning her ears back, her eyes sticking out. She's doing a great job. Really good job. Now, when they walk off like that, she did a disengagement. That's good. You know, that's showing respect. She's like, you know, Larry, I just don't feel good. Well, I don't feel good with that behind me. I just need to move my feet. I need some relief. And then all of a sudden she disengages and shows some respect to me. So I'm not going to keep on about this, but you can see what you've got to do. And plus you've got to go to the other side and get the other side done. And also remember that when your horse leaves, she left in just a really nice walk, no big deal. But if your horse takes off in a fast trot or a canter, and boy, their head's up, and you know, let them have their space, because their instinct says you got to get out of here. Well, for us to stay in with that instinct, we're going to let them go, but we're only going to let them go so far. So if my horse was to take off running, I may move down the fence with her. You know, but I'm going to give her this slack so that she can overcome it. And then if it's not such a big deal, but they feel like they've got to go, just keep them in a circle, but try to keep them looking at you. You know, just kind of bump or use your stick and get your horse to disengage so that you've got 2 ears and 2 eyes on you. Because if they get to going in a circle, this is one reason why I don't care much about lunging, especially with my younger horses. If you get them in a circle and they get to running in a circle, that adrenaline is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay? So in order to break that adrenaline down, you have to do a half circle. Get them going halfway, and then when that adrenaline gets going, then break them down, and then they're back to the thinking side again. So, all right, all these little things are going to get you a safe and controllable horse. More than anything, it's going to get you communication with your horse. Your horse is going to understand you, and when he starts understanding you and he knows you're understanding him through body language, then you're going to have a happy, happy horse. So remember, it's all about the horse.